All right, we are live. What's up, YouTube, Facebook world? Father Benjamin back again. Came to say hi to y'all. Still trying to get to know y'all, and still trying to get to know me. I know that too. So it was on my mind today to share with you. It's actually been on my mind for the last couple of days. Oh, that's a bad look. That weird light on the side of my face. How about there? And March 31st is the feast of Saint Benjamin, who's a deacon and a martyr. St. Benjamin lived in Persia and was killed in the 400s, like 424, I think, after preaching the gospel and being told, shut up, we don't want that here, and being thrown in jail for a long time and tortured. So we'll let you out as long as you keep your mouth shut. And they let him out, started preaching again, and they tortured him and they killed him. So he's not on our calendar anymore, but he is a part of our tradition. And he's, to me, obviously, he's an important part of my tradition. And it got me thinking, like, I wanted to share something about my story with you guys. And then what I would love is if in the comments or when I post this over on Facebook in a few minutes, if you would tell me your story a little bit. So first is, I always went by the name Ben growing up. My name has always been Benjamin, but I didn't always love my name. I just immediately associated with Benjamin Franklin, and I didn't want to be an old guy with like the weirdest haircut in America. So I just kind of like shunned that always and just listened, always wanted to go by Ben. That's what I answered to. Also, because people don't know how to say Benjamin, people say Ben German sometimes. I had somebody actually spell my name once, Bengerman, Ben, like Ben the German. People don't know that name sometimes, you know. Latino cultures usually get it because Benjamin, you spell it the way that it sounds, and it's a lot easier. But it's actually Hebrew. The name means Benjamin. It means son of my right hand. And also as a kid, I looked up that meaning for my name, and I was like, I have no idea what that means. It means nothing to me. So I was like, I don't want to just be known as somebody's son. And son of my right hand, I don't know what that means. So I just always went by Ben. It wasn't until later in the seminary when I was praying, and my spiritual director gave me this little book. I think I've got it on my shelf somewhere. I'll have to show it to you guys someday. And it was like asking, it kind of takes you on a little journey, a little discerning prayer journey to kind of say, open this up with the Lord and see, like, what does he see in you? What does he call you? What is your name? You know? And we see people get new names in the scriptures all the time, right? Not all the time, there's quite a few, right? Jacob becomes Israel. We saw it this morning. Abram becomes Abraham. In the New Testament, Saul becomes Paul. Simon becomes Peter or Cephas. And this always happens at like big crossroads, big pivot points in someone's life. And so while I was praying through some of that in seminary, early on, as a matter of fact, it kind of hit me. I showed up, my name's on the door, Benjamin. They're calling roll, Benjamin. I'm like, I don't really like that. And I had already been through a few years of college seminary, and now I was in major seminary. And this is all happening. Everybody already knew me as Ben when I was in college seminary, and now I'm at a new institution. I got new professors and new formators. And for some reason, I thought, I'm just going to let that ride for a minute, and then I could go and talk to the professor later if I need to. But as I prayed about it, it was the funniest thing. I took it to prayer, and I was like, Lord, this is the weirdest thing. This is so annoying to me. Like, I don't want to deal with this. This is just a distraction. But it kept coming up in prayer, and then it didn't come up any other time. And what I realized was the thing that I was fighting off as distraction was actually the Lord speaking to me. So be careful when you think you're distracted in prayer. We'll talk about that another day. Because it might be the Lord, especially if it doesn't go away at all. So I'm trying to think here. So in praying about it, that's when I started to get more into it. Son of my right hand, what does that really mean? And I realized that once I started praying into that, what it means is it's the son of my blessing. I looked up Benjamin's story in the Bible. Benjamin was born of Rachel, who's she's the favorite wife of Jacob, and he's the 12th and youngest son of all the tribes of Israel. But Rachel dies when Benjamin is born, and she names him Ben-Oni, and right away his name is changed by his father as he receives him into the world. Ben-Oni means son of my pain, because she dies. But he says, I'm not going to treat this son of mine as a curse. This is a blessing. I'm going to call him Ben Yamin, son of my right hand. The right hand is for the blessing. The left hand is for the curse, right? Jesus puts the sheep on the right and the goats on the left. I don't know what the Bible has against goats. I don't know. But that's what it means. It's a significance. And so I started praying into that. It struck a chord with me. It started to really resonate. It started to speak to parts of my heart that needed to receive God's love. And that went deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like, what is God calling you? Right? And God's given me names that are sacred to me, that I don't really talk about with people, that I'm not going to tell you right now, because it's like, I don't think that y'all are all swine, but you don't throw your pearls before swine. That's the phrase, right? What does that mean? It means you don't share the secrets of the king, that he's, placed those treasures deep in the vault of your heart. You don't just like rip those out for everybody in public, right? Certain things that are reserved for you and God, certain beautiful graces that some people, they might not be able to fully appreciate those things. What does God call you, and what does God want to call you? I just kind of put it out there as an invitation. First of all, to say, who's your patron saint? What's your name day? Do you celebrate it, right? Do you know what day to celebrate it on? And how would you want to celebrate it? Also, what does God say about that name? And maybe there's not a saint, whatever your name is, but maybe you're going to be that saint, like maybe the church really needs Saint so-and-so, whatever your name is. And then to go a level deeper, right? It's like, so besides what does my name mean and what is the Lord saying about that? How does that resonate with me? Is just kind of wide open, right? Because it says in the scriptures that God will give us a new name, right? It'll be written on in the Lamb's book of life, right? It's a beautiful thing. So I just wanted to share that with you today. Abram means exalted father, but he becomes Abraham. He's changed, he's converted, he's given a new blessing. Abraham means father of many nations, right? So he's already exalted, but now he's going to be super fertile and super abundant in receiving God's blessing, and the kings will be stemmed from his lineage and all these things. How much more abundant does God want to make your life and your future? I invite you just to take it all to prayer. If you like these videos, let me know. Love to hear it. Thanks so much for all your encouragement. Like, subscribe, comment, share your story. What's your name? Who's your saint? What's God call you? What's he doing in your prayer? Love y'all. Praying for you. Mean it. See you soon. Peace.